call. So as soon as we get done with this call, Dave, I'm going to give Linda a call. I made a note right here on my pad, call Linda to write up offer. We're going to buy that thing. All right, good stuff. Everybody, welcome to the call. This is a weekly call we do every Tuesday, and we just share tips on how to make your business better, how to make your mindset better, your business better. And this industry is such a wonderful growth opportunity. I think you guys can all agree, right? I mean, maybe you didn't get into this industry understanding that you were going to go through some level of personal growth, but this industry has a funny way of putting your back against the wall and making you either step up and go through some growth or just get out of the way. So it's actually a great opportunity for us to all just get better and improve. And this weekly call that we do every Tuesday is just truly all about agents helping agents. How can we support each other to grow? How can we support each other to do more business? So today we're going to be discussing mindset, but along the way, if there's anything specific that you guys want to discuss on any one of these points, just chime in. Let's stop and let's really make it, the more interactive we can make this thing, the better it is for everybody. And the reason is pretty simple, is that when one of you has a question in your mind, we all probably have the same question. It probably requires a discussion because it'll help other people on the call. So by you helping yourself, you're actually helping others. So let's go into it with that intention. All right, so we're going to get into mindset. Great topic. Who thinks mindset is important? Anybody think mindset is important? Maybe like mindset is almost everything, in fact, right? I mean, sure, are skills important? Sure. Do you have to know what to say? Yeah. Do you have to know about the inventory that you're selling? Of course. But my goodness, mindset is, I mean, you guys, right? You've had days where things are going right and days where things are going wrong. And when your mindset is in the dumps, it's really hard to be productive, right? Let's talk about improving that. So the first point on mindset is this: always be honest with yourself about where your skills are so you can develop the mental strength to win daily. It starts with a level of honesty with yourself. Honesty. So let's start with Chad. Chad, you're a new agent, right? I think you're pretty honest with yourself about where your skills are at. You kind of know. Do you think you know it all?
No, not even close.
Do you think you have it all figured out?
No, hell no.
Right? Right. So it starts with that. You know, there are those four kind of levels. I forgot who it was, some brilliant person. Starts with unconscious incompetence. You just don't even know what you don't know. Chad has now reached the next level up, which is conscious incompetence. He understands, wow, there's a lot I don't know. There's a lot I have to learn. Then as you start to improve your skills and get better, you become consciously competent, right? Mm-hmm. I know what I have to do. I know what I have to learn. I'm learning it. I'm executing on it. And then the highest level is unconscious competence. It just happens without you even knowing it. You're taking listings, you're making sales, and people are like, my God, how did Chad get so good? Well, back to this point about mindset. Be honest with yourself about where your skills are. And then you can start to develop from that place a real strategy and a plan to develop that mental strength to win daily. So how good are you guys? Do you need to work on that? If you think you're better than you are, and if you have higher expectations of yourself than you really should be, like what if you have all these expectations? I'm going to sell 30 homes this year. I'm going to make $500,000. I'm going to sell 10 homes, 100, whatever the number is. If it's beyond your reality, then you're just setting yourself up for disaster, for a really tough road ahead of you. I'm not saying don't set goals. Set goals, but make them realistic. Make them realistic. Point number 2, remember that your ego will not only ruin your business, but will keep you from following a system to grow your business daily. Ego is maybe one of the worst things for mindset. And when I say ego, what I'm referring to specifically is like an uncontrolled ego. There's a healthy part of our ego too, right? That gives us a degree of confidence in what we do. But ego being like, are there egos in this business, guys? Do you see a lot of egos in the real estate business? I'm number one. My company's number one. Number one agent. There's no one better than me. I got billboards to prove it. All my advertising even says it. So it says it right there on my sign, right on my card, the number one agent. I'm number one. I'm the smartest. I'm the best looking. I'm the most intelligent. I'm God's gift to real estate. Like, are you kidding me? Get over yourself, right? So keep your ego under control. My goodness. Talk about a poor mindset. First of all, you have a big ego, you're lying to yourself. That is a perfect way to destroy your mindset. Is there always somebody bigger, faster, stronger, better, richer, more productive than you? How about starting from a point of humility and a mindset of growth and collaboration and just improving and getting better, much healthier. This next point, let's spend a few minutes on this. I love this point. And the point is very simple. Eliminate the option called failure. Eliminate the option called failure. What if you knew that by doing the actions that you're going to do, you could not fail? I'm going to go prospect every day. I'm going to prospect 3 hours a day. I'm going to do it 5 days a week, and I'm going to just do it all year long. What if I fail, though? God, maybe that'll be a waste of time. Maybe I just shouldn't waste the time then. I'm just not going to prospect. What if you eliminate the option called failure? Damn it, I'm going to just prospect every day. And I'm going to will myself to have success. No matter what, I am going to have success. Tony Robbins said something really interesting. How many times are you going to encourage a child to walk? Because they're going to keep falling. How many times are you going to encourage them to walk until you say to them, you know what, kid? You're just not a walker. Just give it up. I don't think you have it in you to walk. Don't even try anymore. No, what are you going to tell that kid? Keep trying and keep trying. And if you fail and you fall, you keep trying. And if you fail 10 times, keep trying. And after all that, if you fail again, do you then quit? No, you keep trying. You keep trying and you keep trying and you keep trying, and you never, never give up. Failure is not an option. You eliminate the option called failure. Lewis, I feel like you're really good at this point. I don't feel like you see failure as an option. I feel like with you, whether it's with your real estate or your financial coaching, to me, you present to me like someone that just continues to move forward no matter what. Is that a fair assessment?
That is so true.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, because, number one thing is not only am I leading a group here, but I'm also being, like you said, be true to yourself. If I myself do not believe that I could do it, it's so hard for other people to follow me. That's the number one thing. So that even if I don't feel, the days that I don't feel like doing it, I have to do it, just simply because a lot of people are following the footstep that I set out for them to do. So failure definitely is not an option. It's not even in the mindset at all. It's already eliminated.
Right. So Elle, we have talked also last week. I know that your mindset is not really there yet, that you feel like failure is not an option, right?
Hi. I feel like I haven't really started per se.
Right.
Not that I haven't really failed, but it's more like I haven't really started.
Okay.
So that's kind of, I had some personal things going on. So
no problem. We all do.
I also run my photography business as well. So, I have to dedicate more time to
right.
estate. And
So-
really jumpstart, you know.
That's right. So once you do start, and once we all start or continue, this is just an incredibly valuable point. Eliminate the option called failure. There has to be that level of commitment. Mike Ferry has this really interesting kind of two questions that he asks someone. And it's a question that we can all ask ourselves. And the two questions are, how badly do you want it? How badly do you want it? And number two is, what price am I willing to pay to get it? How badly do I want it? What price am I willing to pay to get it? This all kind of goes in alignment with eliminate the option called failure. How badly, well, gosh, I want it, but do I really want it that bad? Is failure still an option? I could fall back and go to my old job still. Failure is an option. I can fail at real estate. I can go back to my old job. They'll take me back. Oh, I guess failure is still an option. How badly do you want it? What price are you willing to pay to get it? Nope, I burn the boats. Not burn the bridges. Don't burn bridges. Never burn bridges. Burn boats. It's a different saying. It means take away that other option. I'm moving forward no matter what. I don't know how my video just got turned off. That's weird. What price am I willing to pay to get it? No matter what it takes. I will never give up. I will never give up. That's really what it takes in this business, right? It's just that level of dedication to just daily progress. It's not like you have to go out and prospect 15 hours a day. Sometimes it's just taking baby steps, but taking those steps every single day. All right, next point. Negative thinking is always more powerful than positive thinking. So we have to eliminate as much as possible negative thinking. Remember, these are all points on mindset. These are little tweaks that we can do every day. And honestly, guys, if we take 1 point from today and institute it, this might be the point. Eliminating negative thinking. So how the heck do we do that? So negative thinking is always more positive, more powerful than positive thinking. It's actually in human nature, negative thinking. It's like in our reptilian brain. It's been there for millennia. It's the thinking that kept us alive, right? 1,000 years ago, boy, you get out of your cave and you're not looking, you get gobbled up by something, right? So you better think a little negative, right? But right now, look around us. We're fortunate to live in the greatest country on earth. There's so much safety and prosperity around us. You know, even if you don't feel like you're super prosperous, like, God, I don't have that much in my bank account. Guess what? We are all very, very fortunate to live in this country. We got roofs over our head. We got food in the fridge. You know, we got clothes on our back. We got a few bucks in the bank. We're very prosperous, right? So we don't need to have that negative default setting to keep us alive anymore. It doesn't really serve us in the way it did, call it 1,000 years ago. There's a really interesting saying. How do you keep, you know, imagine a bucket. How do you keep a crab in a bucket? And the answer is you throw a second one in there. Why? Because when one tries to crawl out, the other one will pull it down. And that's what people do with their negative thinking. Negative thinking is always more powerful than positive thinking. So we have to eliminate negative thinking. Who's got some ideas on how we can eliminate negative thinking? Because that always just leads to like self-doubt and just these downtrodden thoughts. I can't do this. And who am I to think I can actually have success? I failed and I failed before. I'm just going to fail again. And, you know, I'm just, whatever, you know, just, so who's got some ideas? How can we turn around some of that negative thinking? Anybody know?
I got an idea.
I knew you would, Amir. Let's hear it.
Read books. Reading has really kind of, I think, even before I got into real estate, I read every book in the business section just because I was like, okay, this is where I'm going. I just need to figure it out. I don't know anything. And just the different nuggets in different books. I mean, just getting your mind out of like where you live, but like reading this book puts you in a different place mentally. And then real estate, as Aaron has said a bunch of times, is it's all just your mindset. It's where your mind is when you're at work, or when you go to clock in, or when you come into the office. Where are you? And if you read books, or if you like Think and Grow Rich and Rich Dad Poor Dads and all these different books about different people's mindsets, it just helps you stay there longer. And I think that's why we're all here, so we stay here longer.
You know what? You're so right. I thought about this a couple of years ago. When you read books, imagine this: somebody's entire life's work is distilled into like this very palatable thing that you can consume in like 6 or 8 hours. Like someone's whole life, the reason they were placed on this earth, and they've done extraordinary things, and they're just like boiling it down to like, here you go, Amir. Here's my whole life's work, and I want it, like, here it is. And it's like, wow, thank you for doing that for me. There are some incredible, incredible books. Absolutely. So Mike Ferry will be the first to tell you, and this guy has read like 10,000 books. And the reason why he does that, he says, we only have a certain amount of capacity in our brain, in our subconscious, and in our consciousness. If we keep putting in good, positive stuff, there's no room or capacity for both positive and negative. So one way to eliminate negative thinking is to keep putting in positive things. So yeah, reading books is amazing. What if you're not a reader? Do you read them all, Amir, or do you do Audible? Or
I stopped reading a long time ago. Audible, that's the key. I read a lot when there was no such thing as Audible.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 17, 18, 19, and then Audible came out. I'm like, that's like a game changer, because now you can read 2 books, and you could speed up the pace. You could actually put it on Audible and put times 3 or times 5 and listen to it a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's a hack. So you just have to kind of pace yourself.
What else aside from reading great books?
I have one. I actually want to add it through reading too, because I picked up this idea from reading this book called What Happy People Know. Basically, this guy's studying about the human brain, and he was saying the feeling of fear, which tends to be negative, the human brain cannot think of something that you're fearful about and what you appreciate at the same time. So every time I have a negative thought or something that I fear, I kind of just turn back and try to think of what I appreciate at the moment. And I just feel better.
Yeah, just gratitude. Yeah. Gratitude. So if you're having a feeling of negativity, fear, anxiety, that's one immediate thing you can do. We can all do is just have gratitude. Make a list. 3 things I'm grateful for, 10 things I'm grateful for. Rewrite it every day. Review it all the time. What a great idea. Yeah. So yeah, that's another way to eliminate negative thinking is reading books, listening to audibles, or studying and participating in these thoughts of gratitude for sure. How about podcasts? Anybody ever heard of Ed Milet and his podcast? I mean, there's so many great podcasts. His is exceptional. Louis, what were you going to say?
Yeah, exactly. Ed Milet is one of my favorite. So I agree with reading books, because I do read a lot of books, but I also read affirmation, my business plan. Every day I read my affirmation. I'm the best. I'm unbeatable, and I could go out there and take care of the business, 2-3 clients a day, and all of that. It affirms my belief every single day. So I suggest that every day you read affirmation, every day you read your business plan, and you're on track. Yeah.
All these things, by the way, they're just strategies, and they take work, right? I mean, it takes time. They're actually enjoyable and fun, but it's not like they just happen magically. I'll just say I want to have a better mindset, and I'll have a better mindset. I'm going to carve out, 30 minutes every morning to read. I'm going to carve out 5 or 10 minutes to write down the things I'm grateful for. I'm going to take 5 to 10 minutes and say my affirmations, review my business plan, listen to a podcast, talk to somebody inspiring, watch an inspiring, YouTube video, whatever it is. There has to be a mindset program or protocol to follow. So one thing we can all do is put it in your schedule if it's not already there. Take a break throughout the day. Do it first thing in the morning, do it last thing before you go to bed at night, do it during the day, take a little mindset break, put it into your schedule. It is absolutely mind-blowing the kind of effective, like growth-oriented, productive results that come from this activity. It is insane. And you can't just think about it. You've got to actually try it and do it. Really, really good stuff. Does anybody have some great books that they want to recommend on this? I'll start because everyone's probably thinking, I don't have time to read. If I had time to do that, there's so many things I could do. So one great book that will not only change your mindset, but it'll also give you more time is called The Miracle Morning. Miracle Morning is an amazing book that actually will teach you to find more time in your day. And it helps you to develop a morning routine, which includes affirmations, which includes reading, which includes journaling, exercise, being healthy, taking care of yourself, all these things. So Miracle Morning is just a great book. Does anybody have any books that were really transformational for them that they want to mention?
I have one.
do.
Go for it.
I'm reading The Power of Consistency.
Great.
Very similar idea to The Miracle Morning.
Yeah.
But,
excellent.
It's good. Good book.
Yeah. Amir, what were you going to say?
Well, all the books that I think are the best are the ones that people gave me and I didn't read for like 5 years. So the one you gave me a long time ago, the Dave Ramsey book, the Total Money Makeover, Game Changer. And then
let's pause on this for 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Guys, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Everybody please read this book. Total Money Makeover. If you have $1 of credit card debt, read this book. If you lease a car, read this book. If you want to have more money in your life, read this book. If you just, it is such a valuable book. It is simple, it's basic, it's easy, and it literally changes your thinking while you're reading it. You get to the end of that book, it is the best financial decision you could ever make for your life. It's just great, great, great stuff. Love it. Go ahead, Amir, sorry.
And OG, my uncle gave me a book too that I didn't read for a long time until I started picking it up. The Greatest Salesman in the World by this guy, OG Mandino. And I just didn't like the title. I didn't like the title. I didn't like the book. I just was like, this is not my book. And that's literally what we were talking about. It's affirmations that you have to read every day over and over and over again. I was blown away once I started reading it. I was like, and it literally just changes every month. You go over these affirmations and you say them to yourself and you read them out loud. And then you're just like thinking differently about everything, even though it's like written in this old text and it's like kind of ancient literature. It's so good.
It's a great book. Yeah, that's a great book. Yeah. Elle, were you going to say something?
Yes, yeah. I read, actually, I'm currently reading the book called The Power of Now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really amazing book, just living in the moment. It definitely takes out all the negative thinking in your mind and, just live present every day in the moment. You have to train your mind. It's like a meditation.
Yep.
So I've been practicing, trying to, every day to practice meditation. Sometimes it's probably the best to meditate in the morning as soon as you wake up, because the rest of the day, you have that whole list of things that you have to accomplish. And, also in the evening too, twice a day, that's the best. But
yeah,
you got to make for it. So
awesome. All right, great. So next point. We must develop an unwavering desire to achieve our business goals in spite of the daily ups and downs that we will encounter. Are there ups and downs in our days? Anyone? Yeah, there's ups and downs. Are there things that are distractions? Yeah, like every day. Gosh, even if we don't have external distractions, do we have distractions in here? All the time. So we must develop an unwavering desire. An unwavering desire. One way that we can do that is answer a few questions about what your goals are. And if, gosh, I don't know what my goals are. How do I figure that out? Well, I want to sell X number of homes. Maybe that's not inspiring to you. In fact, it's not inspiring to most people. But why do you want to sell that many homes? So, where would I like to go? What would I like to do? What would I like to have? What will the money do for you? You start to answer those questions, then you will find a source of inspiration. Really determine how achieving those goals is going to change your life, your family's life, the people around you. What kind of impact is it going to have on you and your loved ones? You start to answer those questions, then we start to find some real motivation. Chad, we talked about this, right? Really starting to connect the work to the motivation. Otherwise, taking listings, making sales, sure, it's great, but it's kind of fleeting. But, you know, I want to do something, do X. I want to send my kids to college. I want to buy a house for my family. I want to retire my dad, you know, early, make enough money to help him do that. I want to be able to take my family on an amazing vacation 4 times a year, whatever it is. I want to buy my wife a new car. I don't know, whatever it is. I want to buy myself a new car. I want to buy myself something. I want to, whatever it is, but really connect yourself to your motivation so you can develop an unwavering desire. What is important to you? What really inspires you? Does anybody have anything they want to share? What their why is, what their motivation is? Why do you do what you do? I think for a lot of people, it's probably their family, right? And if you don't have a family yet, I mean, you're building towards something. Dave, why do you do what you do? Because you have been really smart. You've made some good, smart investments. You can throw in the towel and probably do okay. But you choose to work still.
Yeah.
Why?
My goal was to retire comfortably earlier than most people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is a big part of that, of course, is getting my daughter through college, and probably will, at some point we'll be on the hook for a pretty decent sized wedding. So there's, and there's money and accounts for all that stuff. But at the end of the day, my wife can retire in 5 years. I'll be 57. And if I can shut it down at 57, having started out with some college debt and, kind of, excuse my French, but kind of bullshitted my way through, 30 years of, of the work world and being able to shut it down before 65. I mean, that'll be a pretty good spot for me to be.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that might sound selfish, but maybe the best thing for the people on this call to hear is that it's okay to be a little selfish. It's okay to also have it be a little bit about you.
Listen, I've got no problem with that. Sounds great to me. In fact, you want to help others, start by helping yourself.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my personal goal is, and I'm closer to the finish line than probably a lot of the folks on this call, but yet I'm still motivated enough to be on this call. I'm still motivated enough to be expanding my licenses. So there are things that that I'm still looking to achieve at age 52, but it's also I think a real thing to be able to set a goal of getting to the point now, because to be honest with everybody, I don't wake up every morning and say, boy, I can't wait to write another mortgage loan. I mean, it's a means to an end for me. I don't really love it, but I'm good at it. And I've been doing it so long now, it's hard to imagine doing anything else. And it pays pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll tell you, there was people do have a funny relationship with money. I don't think it's selfish at all. I think we're really being fully self-expressed when we're making a fortune. We're making a lot of money, and we can do so much good in the world. It's interesting, Pitbull, the rapper. He was interviewed once, and Pitbull clearly does well for himself, right? I mean, he makes a fortune, and somebody said to him in the interview, he says, people say money's the root of all evil. Well, how do you kind of rationalize that? And money doesn't buy happiness. How do you rationalize that? Does money buy happiness? He goes, yeah, it does buy happiness. And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, just try giving it away. See how happy you are. When you have a lot of money and you can give it away, you can spend it on things. Look how happy you get. There's a lot of people with a lot of money that give it away, and they're making the world a better place. So I don't think it has to come from a place of being selfish. Anyway, let's get back to the point, which is unwavering desire. Really think about it. Write down the 3 or 4 or 5 things that are so important to you that you can develop this unwavering desire to achieve your goals, because it's going to take that. Life isn't always fun. Business isn't always fun. It requires work day in and day out. But we're going to be here anyway. So let's not make it monotonous. Let's make it fun. Let's make it enjoyable. All we do is connect an unwavering desire between our goals, our motivation, and the work that we do every day. And it's a game changer. It truly, truly is. Next point, and we'll make this the last one of the day, then we'll open it up for questions. We must make the tough decision to move away from the tradition. There's a traditional way of doing business, which is very non-productive, and we have to move it towards a more productive system of duplicatable kind of business. So we have to make a decision to move away from the tradition of the business. You talk to most agents. I was talking with an agent the other day who's been like 6 months in the business, and she's like, everyone's telling me that if I'm in the business for 6 months and I don't do a deal, it's okay. It should be 6 months. That's traditional way of thinking. I think we have to get away from that. I think that's the reason why we're on this call every week, is that we need to have a more, a higher standard with each other. We have to support each other so that we don't just fall into that traditional mindset, that we have a little bit more supportive and growth-oriented mindset of actual business development. And that's really the point that we'll end it on today, is that to move away from that traditional model, it's okay not to sell any real estate. It's okay if you sell 1 or 2 a year. It's not okay. When you set a goal to sell, let's say 1 a month, then damn it, we're going to do everything we can to support you in selling those 1 or 2 a month. Whatever that goal is for you, that there's going to be a collaborative group of people around you that, if no other time in your day or week or month or year, then certainly on Tuesdays at 11, there's going to be a group of people that are here to support you in building that vision and building that business. So really, there's enough negativity out there to tell you that you can't do it. And this is a space every week to really give you the support that you can do it. Let's open this up for any challenges that you guys are having. Again, as I said in the beginning of the call, if you're having a challenge, so are other people on the call. Who's dealing with something that we can support and support you on that they want to share?
I just want to piggyback off what you said with the support, because I remember being in the office at Shorewood, and you told me something, and I still say that to people today, and it just made so much sense of a mindset shift. You told me I had a good week. I was like listed 2 houses, and this lady was like walking me around the office like, oh my God, did you see a mirror? You got 2 listings. And then you were like, dude, let's treat this like we're selling pizzas. And like, if we're all at the Pizza Hut and we're making a pizza and we sell it, we don't like high five and keep going with celebrations. We go back and get another pizza and we just get it out the door. And I was like, wow, we could sell real estate like we sell pizzas. And you could actually pick it up like that and make it you could sell 5 pizzas a day. You could sell 10 pizzas a day. It's not like listing presentations take a long time. So that was something that you said to me that really kind of like made me think differently about selling real estate. Because people think it's such a big thing. It's not. It's just a transaction.
And I only know that because I know people that actually take a listing a day. Can you imagine? Like, how do you even do that? I know people that take 2 listings a day, like Lee Marcus in Chicago, right? He's one of my good friends. I get to participate with him. He now, since COVID, he's on Zoom appointments, and he'll be on 2 to 3 virtual appointments every day, and he'll take 1 or 2 listings a day. It's like, Lee, how the heck do you do that? Prospects a lot, and that's all he does, and he delegates everything else. He's like the Michael Jordan of real estate. Are we all like that? No, and that's okay. But can someone like that open up our mind to be like, you know what, I can do a little bit more. You know what? I can do a little bit more. So yeah, I think that's great. It's a great mindset, just to be able to make it more duplicatable, more repeatable, and not feel like when you get a listing or make a sale, it's like, boy, I got so lucky. How was I fortunate just to find that? But having a mindset of course I got a listing. Of course I made a sale. Let me go find another, because this is what I do. I take listings, I make sales. That's who I am. It's what I do. Great point. Who else? Who's having a challenge? Anything that we can support you on? All right. Good stuff, guys. Well, listen, thanks everybody so much for your participation this week. We're going to continue on mindset for next week. So if there's anything you need between now and next week, let me know. I'm always here to help you guys in any way that I can. And otherwise, go ahead and crush it, and have a great week. Take good care, guys.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks.
Thank you.